We were taken to the port of Ashdod, where our belongings and boats were stolen from us and confiscated. They literally ripped jewelry, necklaces, rings, precious things out of our bags and belongings and threw them away or confiscated them without any access to them or demand that we could make on our own. And we were, put in positions of humiliation and paraded around for Ben-Gvir and his friends to take a photo opportunity. At that point, they reached down and saw my passport, which had my full name, David Rashi Kremen Adler, and asked if I was Jewish. I said I was Jewish. They ripped me by the ear and forced me to bend down and stare at the flag of the State of Israel for Ben-Gvir to come and have a personal one-on-one and call me a terrorist to my face. Over the coming hours, we were strip-searched, zip-tied, blindfolded, and disappeared into the Negev desert, into one of the most infamous Guantanamo Bay of Israel, Ketziot detention camps, 400,000 square meters, where many hundreds and thousands of political prisoners from Palestine have been held and tortured over the course of the past 30 years. Since propaganda, the United States State Department is out here to save, extract, and rescue you from wherever you are in the world. In fact, if you look at actually the different delegations that are part of this mission, the U.S. delegation was treated by far one of the worst by our own consular services. They did not arrive to the prison camp until maybe 4 days after our disappearance and detention in the middle of the Negev desert. And when they did, they said, you know what, guys, you're on your own. There's nothing we can do for you. You're in Israel's hands now. And I will say it did not stop there. The systematic abandonment by the State Department and the consular services. When we were eventually freed and deported to Jordan, we were dropped there. The other delegations that were there were greeted, welcomed, treated, hugged, put into hotels, given flights home. The U.S. consul told us, we are not your babysitters. We will not provide food, water, clothes, hotels, transportation. The most we can do for you is have the Jordanians drive to the airport. We're going to drop you off without any cell phones or money. You are on your own. That is how our government thinks about us. They do not serve us. They serve the state of Israel, and they share what I would maybe describe as the Pete Hegseth School of International Law, that due process is no process, and it doesn't matter that we never saw a judge, a jury, never saw our lawyers or a prosecutor. We're never charged with anything. This is just a fraction of what we know Palestinians who are still in these torture and detention camps, 11,000 of whom were taken from Gaza alone, let alone the West Bank, are suffering on a daily basis.